Hey there, YouTube. This is a little update. This here's the Dodge Demon. I told you I was going to start it. As you can see, the old MPC is already in effect there. We got one massive warped hood. I mean, that sucker is brutal. It's brutal. Yeah. So, my plans really, the whole purpose really is to not even use the chassis, because I knew, being MPC, that it's gonna lack the detail. And in that area, it hasn't disappointed. I mean, I think they've done some things that are nice, but when you just want some of the features of the car, this is horrid. I mean, that's bullshit, really. Sorry for my French, but that's pathetic. So I opened 2 of them out of the 3 that I showed you earlier, and both of them, the hoods are warped. The other one's actually a little bit worse than this one. So, I mean, how are we helping the hobby, and especially getting the younger generations to do this, or the novice people, or whatever, when quality like this is what's coming out? Now, I know this ain't something new, but this is a new release that they've bragged about, promoted, new tooling, blah, 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 etc., etc. I mean, my God, that's horrible. So, just, like I said, it's an MPC thing. So, and the other thing is the new tooling, and I know others have touched on this that have built these on YouTube, but molding the drive shaft into the floor pan with part of the tail shaft from the transmission on there is still shit. I'm sorry. You could at least take that out of there. The torsion bars, they're not very desirable. They're just like the General Lee or the Country Charger, but that's easy to work around. The drive shaft, when you mold it in there like that, that's a miserable pile to try and, work around if somebody wanted to put a different motor in it or something like that and use this chassis. Because, I mean, the floor pan ain't terribly bad on detail. It is somewhat accurate. But, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me right there. Is just, that could have just been an easy drive shaft on a sprue. I mean, when you look at these sprues too, these sprues are so beefy. I mean, my God, there's so much material in the sprue alone. I mean, wow. So, you guys that say that those AMTs are junk, I'm telling you right now, that AMT Duster is 10 million miles ahead of detail, fitment, everything compared to this brand new POS. So, we got a lot of work ahead of us. We're gonna start chopping this thing up. We are going to figure out a way to fix this. I'm not going to contact them at all on this. This is pathetic. Even if I was, in any shape or form, somebody that was putting stuff together for this company for round 2, I would still voice this opinion on this channel. That's the way I am. That's the way I always will be. I will always be true to myself. So, just beware when you buy anything that is questionable in your mind. Go with your gut. If you've had bad luck with MPC, you might just want to stay away from it. If you're desperate like me and you really want this body, because it is a demon, you better be ready to roll up your sleeves and take action and fix this thing, because you are a modeler at the end of the day, and you are a fabricator, and you've got to make lemonade out of these lemons. So that's what we're gonna do. It's just very sad, and like I said, I'm looking at it for the fact of all the other people that may not want to spend that kind of time in trying to get the warp out of a hood. So with that being said, we're gonna leave on that flippy floppy note, and we're gonna start chopping up chassis stuff. So we will figure out a way to hold the hood and warm up the hood and get the hood to shape down, and we will go from there. The rest of this stuff that's in this box, it's probably just going to go in the garbage. Well, I should take that back. I will give them this. These wheels, they are very nice. The Kraggers, they even have the holes open in the rallies. So maybe that's all they retooled out of this kit, really, is the rally wheels and stuff. Because the motor, that's pretty undesirable compared to the AMT small block that comes in that car. If you're going to build this as a 340 car, get the duster, rob most of the parts out of the duster, and then from there, put the motor out of the duster, the cylinder heads out of the duster, the block, all that stuff is got way better detail. And I know I'm going to get somebody that's going to comment, well, they never intended to correct everything, blah, 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 blah. I get that. But this is not acceptable. In this day and age, and in the industry that I've been in my whole profession, through my whole steps, there has to be quality control. And when you're going to make things better than what they were back in the 70s, this should not even be an issue. So, that being said, I'm going to get off my little high horse here in my rant, and I'm going to go to bed because I got to go to work tomorrow. I got one more day. And then from there, we're going to really start thrashing on this sucker. So, we'll probably post more. I probably won't be up super late on Saturday. There is the Hope It Don't Snow show, which is about 3 hours from me in Rochester, Minnesota. And I think I'm going to go down there and attend that. So I haven't made up my mind if I'm going to take anything yet. If I do, I might take the USAC truck, and I might not. I have the Duster and the USAC truck and the 48-hour group build signed up for another show in April. And I kind of thinking I might just do the actual debut of anybody seeing them one-to-one or up close at those shows. That's a big auto show to begin with, and we'll see what happens. We'll go from there, but we'll see what tomorrow brings. I might just clean the truck up and take the USAC build with me. So, but we'll go from there. So with that being said, everybody get some sleep, have a good evening, and we'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye.